Make sure you understand it, because we're not saying slavery and abortion are the same thing. The sign says that the arguments...
That's what you're comparing it to.
No, the arguments to justify slavery...
You said having an abortion is the same as owning a slave.
No, hold on. Just calm down a little bit. I don't want you to think I said something I didn't say.
Tell her to calm down.
What I'm saying is,
Anyway,
see the thing, don't like slavery, don't own a
I
slave.
was just trying to assist. All these other signs are all right. That one probably not.
What
You're
you?
probably going to get somebody
This is the one that people are mainly mad about.
Well, I mean, you are in Oklahoma. I'm just saying that one right there is probably going to cause some issues.
But once you start thinking all humans have rights, this makes sense.
But it's not the same.
But if you think
that right there doesn't equate to abortion.
no, some people
Never, not now.
some people say some humans don't have rights until they're born.
It's not going to ever equate to what you're putting out there.
Right.
It's not going to ever equate to what you're trying to put out.
Do you think that they used to say slavery will never be abolished?
I'm not saying that the derogatory term that is displayed on your
That's an actual.
poster.
That's a historical. That's an actual historical drawing.
But right now, in the 21st century,
Right.
that is a derogatory term.
It is. It's
And
evil though,
never-
right?
It is evil. And
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't use that word.
It's going to cause issues.
Yeah.
And we're letting you know from
I hear you.
that side.
I hear you.
Like, it's
Not even listening to the argument. They're just arguing from just being emotional, really. Well, the side is really offensive. The whole point is, back in the day, people used to say black people were not humans and we can sell them and they were not worth much. So we can sell them to slaves. I mean, as to be slaves. Now they're saying babies before they're born are not babies, so we can abort them. That's what he's equating, or the analogy he's using. It's very simple to comprehend, but these people are just worried about the sign and not actually listening to the actual argument.
I'm not going to curb. Nothing's going to come good from seeing that. That's the first thing that went to my eyes. You know,
Yeah.
on the marketing side.
So quick editor's note here. From a marketing perspective, this sign did exactly what it was designed to do. It says what it says in big bold letters, and it makes you look at the rest of the sign and try and figure out what's trying to be said, and it will provoke conversation.
It's literally the same thing. I don't know what the issue is. This is the problem with people who really just argue from emotions. They don't want to actually see the actual sign for what it's saying. You guys say nowadays, my body, my choice. I can do what I want with my body. The baby that's not a baby inside my belly, I can do what I want with it. And back then, it was also the same thing. It's my property. The black person is my property. I can do what I want with it. It's the exact same thing. So you reduce the human to whatever you decide a human is. That's what they did. And that's why the sign, it provoked a conversation, which you guys are having, even though you're missing the entire point of the sign. But the sign accomplished what it needed to accomplish.
About abortion and about slavery and about how the arguments for both can be the same. And it did exactly what it was designed to do, as you can see by this video. It provoked conversation. So if you want to get this sign for yourself, go to store.abolitionistsrising.com and pick it up.
The first
I
thing
like this
you
sign.
read,
This is a good one. I like that one.
I drew both of them.
Even though I don't agree with the concept, like I think that's a good one. That's not so like.
Well, but see that one's.
Problematic.
See, they both try to do something. Try to make people think. Women are not sex objects. Everyone says they agree with it. Of course, there's lots of people out there that do treat women as sex objects, right? There are. But culturally, people claim to agree with the first thing, but not the second thing. But the idea that babies are body parts is non-scientific, it's unreasonable. Because I think that honest sort of thing, like, no, abortion is murder and it's a permissible murder, is at least honest.
Not murder.
Well,
but
like
I play into your little mental illness because it's funny to me.
You think I'm mentally ill?
He's the one who has a mental illness because he thinks murdering a baby is bad. He's the one with the... This is 2023 in the Western world for you.
Yes.
Why?
I think you.
Because I think
you've
that
had
I should
so
stand
much
up for those who
privilege.
can't stand up for
I think
themselves.
you've had so much privilege to not be
Other
put in a
people can
situation
stand
where
up
you
for
have to
themselves.
get an abortion, right? That you're just speaking out of not knowing. You've never
Yeah.
put yourself in the shoes of somebody that might have to get an abortion.
Well, I'll
right?
tell you
I
at least the
agree,
reasons
agree
I
you should
believe.
get an abortion recreationally. I agree with that, right? But I don't agree in making it like nationwide, giving states back the rights to decide.
So someone like me that thinks that you should criminalize abortion and protect all human beings, like the laws.
The verbiage you're using
like-
is really good for you.
Well, the laws against murdering born humans should be applied 100% same to unborn humans. Because humans all have rights. And I'm not a hypocrite when it comes to human rights.
But this right here is going to cause some issues. I'm just trying to tell y'all
I like the recommendation. I've had that sign for a while, and it doesn't really cause issues. I see how it's got triggering things on there where you could say it causes issues, but I think even for you, it doesn't cause issues.
Oh, it does. It does. That was. I'm open to seeing like what y'all have to say or whatever.
But you understand.
I went to Oklahoma Baptist University. I have a dad that was in and out of prison growing up, a single mom, dealing with all sorts of that, and I'm a police officer, so I'm from like all different realms, and I like to hear what other people have to say.
Which is why I was trying to explain the sign, so you understand that the sign is saying the arguments made to justify slavery are same arguments. Slavery and abortion are not the same thing. But the arguments, my property, my prerogative, is akin.
I'm trying to really figure out, I'm beginning to think that some people really are not well up there mentally. The sign is not difficult to understand. The same arguments they used back then are the exact same arguments abortionists, or whatever you want to call them, pro-choice people love to use now. There's really nothing difficult to understand, but because whatever it is in their brain or their hearts is just hardened and they just don't want to see the truth, they're going to keep saying it's not correlated, it's not the same thing, it's not related, it's not the same thing. It very much is.
What am I trying to relate?
Are you trying to say that them saying if you don't like slavery, just don't buy? What is the message here?
I'm saying exactly what it says. So exactly what it says. Back in the day, so I think that slavery is wrong, and I think the people who stood up and said it should be abolished, which is a minority of people stood up and said this is evil, it should be abolished. They said slavery is wrong because people are made in the image of God, they're valuable, you can't treat a human like an animal. So when people stood up and fought against slavery, the people in their culture came and said, if you don't like slavery, you don't have to own a slave. And they said, I don't have to be a plantation owner to know it's wrong. They're men and their brothers. And they said, listen, why are you telling me what to do with my property? My property is my prerogative. And the abolitionists said, no, your property is my neighbor, and I want to love them as myself. Slavery should be abolished. Today, when you say, hey, you're saying my body, my choice, but that's not your body, that's my neighbor. I want to love them.
So my body's not like that.
Your body is your body.
But it's not.
Yeah. No, your body is totally your body.
Oh my days, it's really not that hard. The baby, the human that is growing inside of you is not your body. You're literally just an incubator. That's all you are. It's not your body. When the baby is born, you don't have you don't have 4 hands and 4 legs when the baby's inside your belly. But for some reason you claim that it's your body, but it's how many legs and hands do you have when the baby's inside your body?
Apparently not.
If there's a body inside your body, then there needs to be someone who would advocate for them.
It's in my body,
So-
so I'm the one that's having to suffer.
So-
I don't think, can you get pregnant?
No, I don't believe men can get pregnant. I
will say,
am not
you
that.
probably should have asked your black friend if that was okay.
Yeah, that was a bit of a jump in a claim.
I should have. What do you mean? What's a lot?
You should have asked your black friend if that was okay, because that's not. I'm pretty sure if I get every single black person.
No. Here's the deal. If you find black people who are against abortion, they agree with it. They can think about it and understand it, and they don't like misunderstand it.
And I'm saying I don't agree with
But so they used to sell black people on auction blocks, and they'd have signs that would say Negroes for sale and other animals. So they would dehumanize them in order to sell.
So you're saying they're doing the same way?
Yeah, so like it's not saying that slavery and abortion are the same thing. What it's saying is the arguments used to justify the evil of slavery are the same as the arguments used to justify the evil of abortion. So it's not meant to be offensive, but get the people to think, because they'd say something like, who are you to tell me what to do with my property, is what they would say. And to those of us who think that the freeborn humans made in the image of God and it's our neighbor, it's like, who are you to tell me what to do with my body? I'm sorry, it's not your body, it's my neighbor, fellow human. Yeah. So I realized like the N word on the sign, it's like boom. So I try to, you know.
That makes sense.
Is that not offensive now?
Yeah, I was just, it's just the first thing I saw.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
It really isn't hard to understand, but I just think they don't want to understand it. And that's the thing about a lot of the liberals and a lot of the leftists. They really don't. It doesn't seem like they want to understand the truth. They just want to appease to everyone until the people that they want to appease do not believe in the same thing that they believe in. But anyway, that was another video, another reaction. As I usually say, if you enjoyed the video, like the video as much as possible. Comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at YinkaThatGuy, and I am out.